see. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This
What's
is
that? Oh.
Twin Flames Unite. We are back at it again, and we have a special for you all this evening.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Where my people's at?
We're gonna give them a second to drop in. We're like, boop boop. We're gonna start popping up. See,
Where my
what I tell
people?
you,
Where
they
my
start popping
people's
up.
at? Where my people's at?
What's going on? What's going on?
There we go.
How's everybody doing this
Hey,
evening? What's up? What's up?
hey. I love that Cosmic Love Rehab. I love your name.
Yes. Oh yes. Now this evening we have something that's a little special. What's
Hey,
going on, Marshawn?
Marshawn. What's
What's going
up?
on now, sis?
What's
You know
up?
what, Marshawn? We actually did a consultation with the client,
Yeah.
and they actually talked about how much they appreciate you.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, yeah, Marshawn is the
Mm-hmm.
shiznit.
It's our
That's our
family. It's
dog.
our family.
Yes. So big shout out to Marshawn. We thank you. We love you. Send you much
Yes.
love. Thank
Much,
you.
much, much love. Much love and appreciation.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, for this evening, and we're gonna wait a second before we actually get
Is that
into it. Miss Sweetness,
Miss Sweetness?
what's
I
going on, Miss
love that
Sweetness?
name. You guys got some nice names, Miss Sweetness.
Hmm. But this evening, if you all saw the oh wow, what do you call it? The thumbnail for this live, you'll notice that we are doing something a little different today, and
Yeah.
this is actually something that Leisha has been led to do. And I'm just going to give a little bit of the background, but she's going to tell you the whole reason why we even started this.
Yeah. Or we were doing it before, but
Hmm.
this is gonna go into more details, like more in depth,
Right,
because
right.
of my dream. And
Yes.
my Pisces side is coming out, so now I'm shy.
Oh boy. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to jump in with my Libra side from
Okay.
my moon Libra side, and go ahead and jump in and get some other information. So tonight, as you see, we're going to be picking a card from a particular deck of cards that
Yeah.
Alicia went ahead and gotten.
Yeah. I was led to get it.
Yes, and I think the best thing to do about this is to tell the reason why we even got these
Mm-hmm.
cards,
Yeah.
because my baby had a uh, what is a vision
I
or a
don't even know what to
dream.
call it because I wasn't sleeping.
No, you were asleep.
Yeah, I was someplace, but I wasn't sleeping. Okay, so I'm gonna tell it. I'm
Hmm.
shy. Sometimes I'm shy,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna tell it. It's So it was like what 3 days ago.
Yeah, about 3 days
About three
ago.
days ago,
Hmm.
we woke up. It was early, like 7:30 in the morning, and so we were just laying in the bed, and I was laying on his chest, and so he was rubbing on my back, like stroking my back, and then I kind of fell asleep. I don't know if it's sleep because it wasn't really hard. It was
Yeah,
like I kind of dozed off somewhere.
yeah, that in between
Yeah,
sleep.
like that in between sleep where you're not really sleep, but you're still not awake. So, and I met this lady, and it was like a table was, I was on the other side, and she was on this side of a table. So
Hmm.
the table was kind of separating us. And in front of me was like a deck of cards, like reading cards. And I'm looking at the cards, and I'm telling
Hmm.
myself, this is mine. Like, I feel like it's mine. So I was getting ready to take the cards.
Hmm.
And then I feel like my conscious mind came into play, and it said, those are not your cards. And this is why I'm saying I can't really be sleeping because my conscious mind was still kind of there.
Hmm.
So I'm like, wait a minute, that's not my cards. I don't know whose cards are those. And the lady behind the desk, I couldn't see her face. She was like, no, it's yours. Take it. And she pushed the cards back to my side, and then I just jumped up, and I'm like, okay, so I got to go get some cards. And I
Hmm.
remember what they look like. So I
Yeah.
went and ooh, shaking,
Sorry,
sorry. And I went
table
and
not that sturdy.
yeah, and so I got the cards. And so these are the ones that it
Yeah,
looked like in my
yeah.
dream or vision, whatever you want to call it. But it kind of looked like this. these. This is exactly what look like the same color and everything. And these are really, really good.
Yes.
Like they are really, really good for like guidance. It kind of helps. It helps with past situation, healing from the past. It helps you to see what you're dealing with now in the present, and it helps you to figure out what you need to work on that will take you into the future. So it helps with three aspects of our lives that's most important:
Mm-hmm.
past, present, and future. See, most people live in the past. The people that live and dwell in the past, they tend to be more depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Some people live in present. Yeah, I'm sorry. Very few people live in the present.
Very few.
But the other set of people, they live in the future. And so you'll find that the people that live in the future,
So, Callie.
hey, Callie, you'll always find that the people that tend to live in the future, they're always anxious. They
Mm-hmm.
suffer from a lot of anxiety because they're predicting stuff that hasn't even happened yet. Like they have a whole story formulated in their head that hasn't occurred yet.
Right.
So when you can get those three things into perspective, it kind of helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that's what I'm supposed to be helping with.
Yeah. So, pretty much in a nutshell, my baby had a dream about getting some tarot cards.
Yeah.
And when she woke up from her little cat nap, she was like, "I need to go and get some twin flame cards." I was like, "Twin flame cards? Like I didn't think twin flame cards existed,
Yeah.
right?" And so we went to our local metaphysics store to look for these cards,
Yeah.
not knowing if they actually existed or not.
Mm-hmm.
But we were actually led to these cards
Yeah.
that are actually called I
Dreams
don't
of
know.
Gaia.
I don't know if that shows backwards to
Yeah,
you
it
all or
does. It
not.
does.
But yeah, it's
Dreams
Dreams
of
of
Gaia.
Gaia tarot cards.
Right. And it's beautiful. Like,
Yes.
we've been using it now for the past few days and getting
Mhm.
guidance for our own self. And let me tell you, these cards are amazing.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come on here is to talk about this card that I pulled.
Mhm.
It was just like you can pull cards just for the day to give you guidance for the day. And I pulled this one, and it really did help us
Yeah.
for
Oh
the
yeah.
day.
Oh yeah. Because it really kept us in check.
And it was weird because we had that same question in the morning.
Mhm.
Baby, you got to tell this story because this is what you did.
Okay. All right. So every now and again we have our download moments, right? Where it's like that aha moment.
Hmm.
And one day I was sitting
It was like
okay.
3 breakfasts ago.
Yeah, it's like three breakfasts ago,
Yeah.
but I had to. Okay, in order for y'all to understand my madness, I gotta take you from the beginning of the rabbit hole till it took me down to this point. Okay, so I woke up one morning. I was looking at the videos about how bottled water industry is really not that good for you because
Oh
it's not
yeah.
even water too much
It's really
anymore.
not.
Tap water is crazy and stuff like that. It's got all these chemicals in it. It's like, man, you can't even drink water. Like, I'm just gonna become a breatharian
Me
up in this
too.
piece.
Right with you.
But a little bit later that day, I was watching a video about self hypnosis, and just really going through and reprogramming the subconscious to really help us get to our optimal point, at least help me get to my optimal
Yes.
state of being. And one of the things that really stuck out to me, I promise y'all, this leads up to what's about
It's
to
get we
go.
getting someplace. We getting someplace.
Okay, but what happened was the the guy said in the video that the mind is the most powerful thing. The mind controls the subconscious mind controls
Controls
the
the
conscious
conscious
mind.
mind.
And just to show how powerful it is when you think about the placebo pill,
Oh my
everybody
goodness.
knows about the placebo pill.
Hmm.
But the thing that really struck my interest was when he talked about the people down here in Alabama, actually, that have this religion where they handle snakes. Y'all know about the snake
Mm.
religion. And he said that for these people, their belief is so strong that when a poisonous snake bites them, it does nothing to them.
Wow.
When these people eat arsenic, which is a poison
Mm.
that kills just about anybody,
They don't die.
they don't die because their belief is just so strong
Hmm.
that it doesn't affect them. So that made me think about earlier, because I know I've been drinking tap water pretty much for the majority of my life. I know all
Right.
through teenage years up until well, I don't drink it now. I mean, tap
Well,
water
until
is,
you realize what you
yeah,
were really drinking.
yeah. And but I'm thinking like this whole time, like none of this stuff really ever affected me, and I was wondering like, why did it never really affect me? That's because in my belief system, the water was clean, and because I believed it so strongly in my spirit and in my mind that whenever I drank the water, it was clean and it didn't affect anything into my body.
Except your pineal gland.
Right. And so and so that led me to ask Leisha this question. When does imagination become reality?
And that's when it started.
Yes, 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 yes. So, without
Further
further ado,
ado.
okay. So, what we're going to do this evening, and who knows, this may be something we do in the future. We don't know.
Yeah, we might
Our
just
lives are
do.
just busy.
Our
We
lives
don't
are
know.
so unpredictable.
It's really unpredictable. We're just
Yeah.
kind of going with the flow of spirit, but keeping our intentions intact and really
Right.
just moving towards that.
Setting the
And
sail.
that really rhymed. You heard that? I might
Setting
have
the
to play
sail.
that back.
Setting the sail.
But what we're gonna do is Alicia pulled a card for today, and we're
Right.
just gonna go over that card and we're gonna talk about it.
Yes. And in light of that conversation that we had earlier, this is a card that came out when I asked for guidance. See, if you can see it, it says perception.
Perception.
Perception. And I thought that was so out of this world. But that's synchronicity, and it's how we live. We see numbers all the time, double digits, birthdays. So it's just synchronicity is a good thing to experience. So the fact that I got the perception card actually helped to answer the question that we had already answered it ourselves. But
Yeah,
this was just
it was
confirmation.
confirmation.
Now, your perception is going to be your reality pretty much. So you really want to be careful of how you perceive things. And the key thing is align yourself with people that's on your wavelength, that's on your path.
Right.
Because even if you don't realize it, somebody else's thoughts about you around you can affect you whether you know it or not.
Coach. Yeah, and that was the thing that got me because when I was listening to the guy talking about how your thoughts and your mind creates your world, he was talking about this machine that they use that actually can measure your brain
The
waves and thoughts
waves, yeah.
without even touching your mind. It just hovers right around your head, and what happens is that what your thoughts and your imaginations are all just swirling around your head, but you
Yeah.
have other people that are next to you. They have
Same
their
thing.
things going on
Hovering
around
around your
you,
head.
but then what happens is that it starts to mingle.
Yes.
Now, if you're it's cool if you have if your thoughts and your vibrations are mingling with somebody who's on the same wavelength as you, somebody who's on the same mission as you, then it's perfect.
It's fine. And also, you got to make sure that you're around people. And this is so key. And we've had this experience ourselves. Hi. Hi, feeling good with it?
Hey,
Hi.
hey, hey.
So, we're talking about perception, just
Yep,
catching
yep.
you up. So, it's important to be around people, guys, that speak life into you.
Yes.
It is so, so, so vital to surround yourself with people. Did that tree just move by itself?
Yeah, we got squirrels back here or something.
Holy cow, holy cow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, surround yourself with people that speak life into you because it works. It works.
It so works.
Just like people can speak life into you and uplift you, the opposite happens. And it works too.
Yeah.
So, if you're with a Debbie Downer, if it's draining you to be around the Debbie Downer and you're not able to uplift the Debbie Downer, no, you gotta
Walk away.
exit stage left, guys. Exit stage left. Build yourself up if you're able to come back around if it's necessary. If they want you to come back and help to uplift the Debbie Downer, then that's fine. But if you find yourself at a place where you don't even have enough juice in your cup for yourself, then you cannot be around a Debbie Downer. You have to leave. You have to exit stage left
Right.
as soon as possible.
And pink sands. Oh, that's awesome.
She said nature can speak life into, yes, just
Yes.
like that plant was
Yeah.
just speaking life
Yeah.
into us.
But yeah, but you're right. Because if you actually stand underneath the tree and you allow the trees feel the trees' thoughts, because the trees have thoughts as well,
Yes,
they mix in with yours and it actually help bring more energy and
yes.
harmonious balance to you.
This is a fact, and I can give you an example. 2 days ago, we
Mm-hmm.
went to the railroad park, and I was just feeling
Mm.
that I needed to go and lay down on the grass. I just had that feeling, and I did it. I laid flat on the grass, and something came to me, and this was the message that I got from laying in the grass, and it was
Mm-hmm.
literally life being put into me.
Yes. Yes.
And then that really helped, again, my perception, changed my perception
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of things. And the message was, are you able to keep your same attitude, your same vibrations
Mm-hmm. Mm.
in being in a situation that you don't want to be in, or in a situation that you feel uncomfortable in?
Yeah.
Let's say you have, a nice car, a nice house, you have
Mm-hmm.
perfect friends, you have a lot of money in the bank. It's easy to be happy.
It's easy to be
Yeah,
happy.
it's super easy to have a good attitude, to love everyone, to share, whatever. That is easy.
All love and light.
Everything is love and light. Every love and light, right?
Yeah.
But
But when things get shaky, baby.
right, when things go in a different direction that what you're not expecting, if you're being given a different situation and circumstance,
Mm-hmm.
are you able to maintain that same vibration in a
Yep.
different circumstance?
Yep.
Now, when you're able to maintain the same vibration in a different circumstance, maybe you lost your car, maybe you lost your house, maybe you don't have food today. Who knows? Maybe you lost your best friend. Are you able to maintain the same vibration in a situation like that? And that's the tester right there. That's the
Mm-hmm.
big test right there.
Mm-hmm.
And we all go through stuff, and we all have days when we're down. But when I got that message laying on the grass, it did so much for me, and it
Yes.
literally lifted my spirits like right away.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I'm like, you know what? It's okay. This is just an experience.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's just an experience. I'm having an experience. So what? So what I don't have this, or so what I don't have that. And it made me feel better instantly.
Damn.
Just that alone. Nature speaking life into me.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's just absolutely beautiful. Because we hold on to so much in life that in certain circumstances it really hinders us to hold on to it.
yeah.
And so when we can let go of circumstances, let go of people accepting you,
Mm-hmm.
let go of jobs that don't serve you,
Mm.
um,
Let it go.
let it go.
Let it go.
Sometimes you have to let it go. But the perception card
Mm-hmm.
is something that's really awesome because one of the things that really brought light to us is if you all have ever heard of the six blind men and the
And
elephant
the
story,
elephant. Tell it,
you
baby.
know,
Tell it.
because each one of the six blind men were touching a particular part of the elephant,
Mm-hmm.
and in their world, like the guy who was holding the elephant's trunk, he thought it was a snake.
Yeah, and that's his reality. That's his
Hmm.
perception. So it's real to him. That's
Hmm.
his current reality.
Right, and the person that was touching the elephant's
The
leg, they thought it was a tree trunk.
They did, and then the one that was touching, what's that thing called, baby, that come out their
The
nose?
tusk.
The tusk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They thought it was
A spear.
a
Yeah,
spear,
yeah.
and they were arguing. All six of them had a big argument
Right.
about who's right and who's wrong, until this guy came along. And he was like, "What are y'all arguing about?"
Somebody who could see.
Somebody who could see,
Somebody who could see the big picture.
right? Because they couldn't see little or big picture. They couldn't see.
Right. They only knew their reality.
Yeah.
But when he told them that they're all right,
Mm-hmm.
but they're all wrong at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
like they all had a chance to move around the elephant and feel different parts. And everybody was able to concede that they were all right, but they were also wrong at the same time.
Right.
And that comes from perception.
Perception.
So whenever you see somebody, and I have to be guilty because myself, when I look at what's that boy's name? Was it Nature Boy?
Nature not.
No,
We're
well,
just gonna say nature
yeah,
not,
it's
'cause
nature not.
yeah,
When I look at him and what he's doing over in his area, like that looks crazy to
it
me,
does.
because I'm not out here like talking to women any kind of way, got them
Right,
living out and stuff like that. That's not the type of lifestyle that we live. So seeing
right.
somebody else living that type of lifestyle is like
Hmm.
crazy.
And it's easy to put judgment on it. And we're not saying we agree or disagree, but it's just that that's their reality, you know?
Hmm.
That's their experience.
Yeah.
So, just
So
like the elephant in the trunk, you can't tell them no because that's what they're experiencing.
right. So you have to really be mindful of judging something that you don't have the full perspective or knowledge of,
Hmm.
and that comes from any culture, any situation.
Yeah.
So, so two things really came from this card, and it just dawned on me right at this moment,
Mm.
is that for your perception, for what you want to be reality, you really have to believe wholeheartedly in your mind, body, and soul
Hmm.
what you want in order for it to be manifested.
Right. And surround yourself with the same people that's on the same frequency as you.
Hmm.
And it's gonna, I mean, it's advice. You don't have to take it,
No, you don't have to take
but it
this whole channel is advice,
is
y'all.
advice. But it makes things easier for you. It makes the
Hmm.
journey smoother. You know,
Hmm.
without. I mean, we always gonna have bumps in the road.
Right,
But if you surround yourself with people that's on your frequency, it makes listening easier.
right,
You know,
right.
like when you turn in the dial on the radio station, you rather listen to something that doesn't have much, riffraff and jitter.
Or
Oh,
malarkey.
yeah. So you want to listen to what you want to listen to. So that's
Right.
like surrounding yourself with the people that's on your vibration, on your accord.
Hmm.
Makes life that much more enjoyable.
Right.
And that goes back to the card again, perception. Perception is reality. So the people around you, if you guys are perceiving the same thing, life is going to be a lot easier. If you have five
Hmm.
friends and all five friends have an invisible friend named Bernie,
You got
okay,
a visible friend named Bernie
y'all
too.
got an invisible friend named Bernie. That is your reality and that is your
Hmm.
life, and you guys are in one accord. If you bring somebody in your reality, and they can't see Bernie, they're gonna think all five of you crazy.
Yep. Yep.
So just be with people that's on your frequency. It makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Makes living easier.
Yeah. And the second part from this card as well that came to my attention actually just now as I'm sitting here
Wow, bring
thinking
it in,
about it
baby. Bring it in.
is that you can't judge anybody else and what they're going through, because everybody has their own bubble and they
Yes,
have the right to live in their bubble.
they do.
uh, like I don't have the right to go through and tell somebody no, you shouldn't live that way. They don't have the right to come and tell me I shouldn't live my life the way that I'm living,
Mm-hmm.
because we all have our own realities that
Yeah.
we are creating.
How you say, how your grandmother said, we all have our own vices.
Yep, we
We,
all have our own
we all have
vices.
our own vices.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So hopefully that information gives y'all some type of guidance to go along with,
Yes.
to know that if there is something that you want to manifest, if
Mm-hmm.
there's something that you want to bring into this reality today or
Mm-hmm.
in the very near future, you really have to, and you have to believe it with every fiber of your
Yes.
being that it is happening.
It is, and it would, trust me, guys. It will happen. Like I have so
Yes.
many testimonies, right?
A lot of testimony.
Testimony. You get the test, and then you get the
The money.
money. Testimony.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I have one. Well, I'm gonna tell you a dream I had with my dad. My dad. Everybody know who's been on this channel that my
Hmm.
dad passed away last year, August the 16th. He was, gunned down by some local police officers back in the Caribbean,
Some cricket
some
police.
crooked police
Hmm.
officers, but that's okay. My dad is on the other side. He's good now. He's watching over me. He's always there. Like I tell you, every step of the way, this man is amazing. I'm tell you this. Like, this is a little story, so hang tight. Um, it was like a few nights ago. I had a dream about my dad. Um, he was showing me something.
Hmm.
We started out being like it was like a water, like a beach. And so he was showing me something. He was showing me. He said, "Look, Leisha." He said, "You see this water?" And it was like it was like a water, but it was like in a cup. But it's like kind of like I was looking over it, like we were giants. and he was showing me a
Mm.
shark swimming in the ocean. He said, "Look at the shark. The shark is not bothering anybody. The shark is swimming. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's swimming." And then there were some guys that were trying to kill the shark. He's like, "Look at those guys. They're trying to kill the shark."
Mm.
And then they actually did kill the shark. And he's like, "See, the shark wasn't even bothering anybody." And I was like, "Wow, that is so cool. Who would do something like that?" And then he's like, "Come on, I gotta show you something." So we that scene changed, and now we're like, we like laying on the floor. It's kind of like a beach, and so I was laying on his chest, and I never really had the chance to like hug my dad or anything like that. So
Mm.
it felt so in my dream. I felt so loved by my dad, and I was just there hugging him, laying on him, and he was just rubbing my back and saying, "I have to teach you something. I have to show you something." So I'm like, "What do you have to show me?" He said, "Come, I'll show you." And then he got up, and it was like a board, and he was teaching me. I remember him teaching me, and he said, "You're gonna collect something, but you're gonna have to show proof that it belongs to you. And here's what you have to do." And then he showed me what I had to do. I got it, and then I woke up. And when I woke up, something made me pick up my cell phone. So I picked up my cell phone, and I think I was just scrolling through my email. Oh, I checked my credit on credit repair,
Mm-hmm.
and then I scrolled down, and it said unclaimed funds. So I'm like, unclaimed funds? What is this doing on credit repair? So I just clicked on unclaimed funds, and it had a space to put my name in. So I put my name in, and it was two things that popped up for my name:
Mm-hmm.
unclaimed funds. And I'm like, what? I'm like, baby, come look at this. I'm like, whose name is that? He's like, baby, that's your name. I'm like, that's my name for real? He's like, yeah, that's you. So I'm like, what to do? He said, click it. So I clicked it. And then at the top it says file a claim. I'm like, baby, what do I do now? Because I don't know what to do. And so I filed a claim. And guys, within 7 days, I got a check in the mail today and another check coming.
Mm.
Now tell me, this, my dad has been doing some stuff on the other side that blows me completely away. When I tell you
Right.
it blows me away, it blows me away. Like I can't even begin to understand. Like, and see, these are just things that there is no explanation for these things. Like
Mm-hmm.
no actual physical mundane explanation for this.
Right.
So yeah, I just have to tell y'all my dream.
Yeah.
So my dreams, this is why I pay attention to my dreams,
Yeah.
because when I don't pay attention to my
Oh
dreams,
my goodness.
it don't go right.
And you know what? For those of you all who money, money,
My
money.
money.
For those of you all who went through this wave and are gearing up for this next one that comes through, which is shouldn't be
Too bad.
as
Yeah.
bad as the last one, but one of the things that we definitely learned by going through this last wave is that we really have to pay attention to the signs, really pay attention to our dreams, because I received a dream about how rough this wave was going to
Yes, you
be.
did. And we didn't
Um,
even really pay it that much mind like we
right.
should have until we started feeling the bumps.
Hmm.
So that's why you gotta pay
Yeah.
attention.
So we are going to be filling y'all in more often on the dreams that we have,
Yeah.
because our dreams are so I don't even know the words to say, but very active.
They're prominent.
Yeah.
They're stuff happens.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we should say things like when you get a dream and you don't say anything, it's like when you see the outcome of something you kind of feel bad.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So with those dreams that we have, we're paying attention to our
Yeah.
higher selves.
Yeah.
Just like Leisha paid attention to her higher self, because her higher self told her to come out and get these tarot
And I
cards.
did.
Okay, and these tarot cards are going to allow us to give y'all some type of updates or some type of guidance throughout the day.
Right.
Even though this is late at night, I'm pretty sure this can follow you out to the next day.
Right.
But we are paying very close attention to what our higher selves is telling us,
Mhm.
because since we have been really honed in on what our higher selves is telling us, we are really going towards a path of success
Yes.
in our personal life, in our business life,
Yes.
just all the way around. We're seeing a lot more success when we pay attention.
You have to pay attention. You have to
Hmm.
see things for what they are and not for what you want them to be. Like you can't just like it, because I used to do that like my whole life. Like I just ignore stuff. Yeah, right. No, I don't do that anymore. I pay attention,
Hmm.
and I encourage you, every one of you, to pay attention. If your guides
Yes.
are telling you something, guys,
Listen.
listen. You have an internal GPS. It's called your intuition, and it's there for a reason. I
Hmm.
just had this conversation with one of my 13-year-old sons. He probably looked at me like, "Oh, my mom is crazy." I
Hmm.
told him like, you have to pay attention to your internal GPS.
Yes.
If it's telling you to turn left, you turn left. It's like Siri, right? If you have your iPhone, okay, for Android,
Yeah.
whatever.
If you have your if you have your Google Maps up and you got your GPS going, you pay attention to that Google
Right.
Maps because the reason you put it in your GPS is because you don't know the destination. You
Oh
don't know how
no.
to get to the destination,
Right.
and so you listen to that GPS because it knows which way to go
Exactly.
and help you avoid pitfalls. Helps you
Avoid.
avoid traffic and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So your spirit, your higher self, is the same GPS that's inside here. So
Right.
you really have to pay attention to it because it can lead you to success. It can lead you from your point A to your
To
point
your
B,
point B.
whatever that is for you.
Yes, right. Without that much bumps in the road, even though, we're not taking anything away from the bumps in the road, because
Mm-mm.
bumps in the road are lessons, they're life lessons,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are very valuable. But some of them, we could do without.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's funny because it hit me like even though you follow the GPS, there's still a bumpy
It's still
road.
gonna be a bumpy
It's
road.
still
Yeah.
some potholes and stuff. I mean,
Traffic.
life happens.
Yeah.
It's,
But for the
yeah,
most part, for the
for the
most
most
part,
part.
follow your intuition.
Hmm.
Let your intuition guide you. I mean, sometimes it's good to seek counsel, because the wise always seek counsel. My mom
Yes.
used to always tell me that as a kid. But the counsel is more like for like maybe a confirmation or something of that sort.
Hmm.
But when it comes to making like life decision, core life decisions and stuff like that, you can seek counsel. But
Hmm.
you want to definitely um, take the, I guess, the counseling into consideration. But when you're making your final decision, your
Yeah.
final choices, you want to go within and make those final choices and those
Hmm.
final decisions. And that's why we always go back to say that, as far as your twin flame journey, it's one person that can really confirm who your twin flame is, and that is you. You. Yeah. Yeah, you.
Hey, I wanted to say one last thing before we head out of here on this one. Um, and we were talking to our friend Siobhan about this, which is, yeah, it's very important for you to listen to your higher self. But one
Yes.
of the things that's really important is for integration.
Mm.
Integration with you and your higher self so that you really know that when you receive a message, it's coming from your higher self. It's not coming from the cat down the road. It's
Right.
not coming from some other spirits that may be
Right.
around you.
Right.
It's coming from your higher self. So definitely really get in touch and in tune with your higher self. And if you need help with that,
Right.
clearing out some stuff, then we definitely suggest our girl Siobhan
Mhm.
to have your aura session done so that you can
Mhm.
really clear out any
Clear
other.
out those entities
Hmm.
that's keeping you in fear mode, that's
Hmm.
keeping you attached to things in the past. And we all have traumatic experiences as a kid. And
Right.
you know what you guys should look at? I encourage you to look at this film. Because I looked at it yesterday and I could not believe, because we had
Yeah.
our kids look at it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it? Inside Out.
Yeah. Inside Out. It's a cartoon, but when you think about it,
Mm.
it is so deep. It
It
is
is
so deep.
so deep. That little kid cartoon is so, so deep. You
Yeah.
guys need to see it. It's called Inside Out. It's a
Yeah.
cartoon, and it tells you about your emotions and how the trauma that you go through as a kid, how it shapes your adult life. And
Right.
even though you become an adult and you put away childish things, it really does hinder you, because you have something called core memories. Your
Hmm.
core memories, those are the ones that stay with you for your life, and they start as a child.
Yes. Yes.
So when you don't do healing, those core memories, when they get messy and
Hmm.
sadness touch it, and it can't turn back happy.
Oh my goodness.
That's
It's
when trauma is created,
yes.
and it allows space for entities to be attached to you.
Oh boy, I tell you
So
what. Once you open your third eye, kids' movies
yeah,
make so much
so much
sense.
sense, and I'm glad I let my little ones watch it because
Mhm.
it explained a whole lot. Watch it, guys. It's Inside Out. It's a little cartoon, and it shows you exactly like from the time of birth, from the time a baby comes into
Mhm.
this realm of reality. It's the program starts,
Yes.
and it shows you how each memory affects the
Mhm.
child from baby all the way to adulthood.
Right. It is.
Yeah, you will
That
be
explains
surprised
so
because I
much.
was stunned when I saw sadness touch the happy memories. Because it's weird. You have all these happy memories when you're a kid. Let's say you grew up with your mom and dad. You know, you have that happy house. You know, you create
Mhm.
all these happy memories and stuff like that. They become your core memories. And
Mhm.
then for whatever reason, life happens. Your mom loses the house, dad loses the house. Now you in the ghetto, and you don't know what to do because you don't know how to survive in the ghetto. You just come from the suburbs into the ghetto, so
Right.
now everything is starting to look crazy around you. And now your dad has probably got to work more, your mom has to work more, so you're not
Mhm.
seeing your parents as much. And now you start reminiscing on the times when your mom used to take you ice skating and your dad was there. And that happy memory now becomes sad
Because you can't experience
because you can't
anymore.
experience it anymore. Now you start crying from happy memories.
Hmm.
And you see that's depression because you're in the past because that's the only
Oh. Oh
place
wow.
where you have happiness now is in the past.
Oh
So because you're
man.
stuck in the past, you're depressed.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
that's
That's
that's how
just.
it works, guys.
I'm sorry. That was a real download moment for me right there.
Yeah, me too.
Cause like that made so much sense because when sadness, like
Sadness.
she only touched the memories which was in the past.
Exactly.
And when you focus so much on the past, it makes you sad because you're
Sad.
living in the past, which makes you
Exactly.
depressed.
Right. And then you go into all your happy memories now, sad, and thinking about the happy memories because you can't have it anymore. And now all those happy memories are tarnished now. Now they're sad memories. Because sad
Right.
want to go around and touch all the good happy memories.
Yeah.
You
And
gotta watch the
and
cartoon.
and the funny part is that the one that was anxious, the blue one,
Yeah.
he was always anxious about something that's gonna happen in
In
the
the
future.
future.
And here's the crazy thing, like there was a part when happiness left, and
Ooh.
happiness left because she wasn't present in the moment.
In the
Like happiness wasn't
moment.
present.
She wasn't present. She
Like
was
if
not
she
in the
was
moment.
present,
Yeah.
she could find a way to be happy. But because she was not present, she couldn't be
She
happy.
could not be happy. Thank you for the
Oh, thank you for
donation,
the
guys.
donation so
Bless
much.
and love. Thank you so,
Love
so
you.
much. Much love to you.
Yes,
But we
thank
want
you.
to finish telling you about the Inside Out,
Yeah.
guys. Guess who was running the show after Joy left? So you had Fear running the show, you had
Anxiety.
Anxiety, you had Disgust,
Mm.
and what was the other one?
It was just three.
It was
It
three:
was anger,
Anger,
disgust,
Disgust,
and fear.
and Fear. They were running the show, guys. They were running the show. And
It's
everybody was
crazy.
like, Joy would do it different. That's not how Joy would do it. But they
They
couldn't do
couldn't
it.
do it because they weren't joy.
And so she was in a state of depression,
Mm.
and they were trying to get Joy back. You guys got to see the
Yeah, you gotta
movie.
see it. You
It's
gotta see
really,
it.
really deep on a different level.
Yes.
Depressed keeps you pressed. Disease keeps your body. Yes.
Unease. Yeah.
Yes, sweetheart. Yes.
Etymology. 101.
Etymology, baby. Etymology. We always tell our people to study etymology because it really helps you to break down these words.
Mm-hmm.
And it really opens, it dissects the words so you can really have an understanding
Right.
of what these words really mean.
Mm. Yeah.
Thank you
That's
for your super chat. Yes, that was greatly
yes.
appreciated. You
Thank you
guys
so
are
much.
amazing.
We couldn't do this without
We
y'all, so
really,
we really do appreciate it. So
we've been
thank
here
you.
for a year, guys.
Over a year,
Over a
still going.
year, and we still rolling.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets rough, but
Mm-hmm.
we come back.
Yep. 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 So yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to add on that,
No, I
man?
just wanted to make sure I touch on this card, the perception card, because that really
Mm-hmm.
really helped me. I wanted to share my dream with my dad, and I wanted to share about keeping the same vibration, guys. I don't know if some of you chimed in late, but I spoke about keeping the same vibration
Mm-hmm.
when things are happy. try to see if you can maintain that same vibration if you're
Yes.
in a not so happy situation or
Yes.
circumstance,
Oh wow.
because it makes all the difference in the world.
It really it really does.
Hmm.
It really does. Wow. Watch Inside Out. Watch Inside Out.
Yeah.
I mean, really look at it, dissect it.
Hmm.
Like, don't watch it just for the entertainment because it is very entertaining. But if you sit and you watch it, pay attention
Hmm.
because what Leisha just said before happiness went away,
Hmm.
she was always trying to find a way to bring happiness to the situation.
Always,
She was
always.
always, no matter
What it looked like.
what it looked like they were moving to a whole nother place. She was like, oh, well, maybe it look like this. It'll be a
Hmm.
good. It'll be good. We
Yeah.
giving giving hope. She was
Hope.
giving hope for
Hope.
the future because she
Right.
didn't know what the future looked like. So she was giving hope to help ease fear down, keep
Yes.
anxiety, all that stuff down. But because joy was there and joy was present, she was,
Hmm.
man, watch the
You
movie.
gotta have
Lord,
that joy, joy, joy.
down in your heart.
See, you gotta have it,
Oh
and that
man.
made a difference because a couple days ago, because of the wave and everything, the energy shift,
Hmm.
we were having our rough times too.
Yeah.
And so whenever we come on the channel, we want to make sure that we are pouring out to you guys.
Yeah.
We've got to make sure our cup is filled so that
Hmm.
we could come and pour out to you, because we want to pour out to you goodness and greatness.
Yes.
And so that was an important message. That message was so important. That's why we're here right now,
Hmm.
knowing that we need to stay in the same vibrations, no matter what's going on. It's important to have joy present. We can't put joy in the basement.
No. Joy has to be present
Joy has to be
every second of
present
the day.
every day. We have to
Yes.
involve joy in whatever we do, even though it looks kind of shaky. You still want to be realistic, but you still always want to keep hope alive no matter what it looks like.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And Marshawn, we
Wow.
love you so much. We love everyone for being on this live. We
Yes.
thank you so, so, so much. If you find the information that we're giving helpful to you, please give us a thumbs up.
Give us that thumbs up.
And if you're new to our channel, we welcome you. Welcome to our channel. You will find a lot of love here, a lot of positive energy,
Hmm.
inspiration, joy,
A lot of joy.
a lot
You'll
of
find a lot of
joy,
joy.
a lot of love,
Hmm.
because we definitely, with the love that we have, we definitely want to keep it that way so we can send it out to you.
Yes.
So you can feel that love and that inspiration every time you come on our channel. That's
Yes.
the goal.
So please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and turn on that bell
Ding, ding,
notification
ding, ding.
because we do pop up lives. We don't have
Yeah.
scheduled lives anymore, so
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you when we're gonna do a live, but get the notification
Yep.
on. Turn the notification on your phone as well,
Yep.
so that you'll know exactly when we go live, so that you can join in with everybody else in the group, Marshawn,
Yes.
all of the lovely people that are on this chat right now. You'll be able
Yes.
to join in with all these other people and get into a vibration of goodness
Right.
with all of these people that are on here. I mean, just see, look,
Look at
that,
all
there
this
we go.
heart and all
These
this love.
See, all
All
this
this
love.
love.
If you want love, subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe to our channel
If
because
you want success, subscribe to this
it's
channel.
so much love. And look at all these hearts. Look at this.
Oh
Look at
boy.
all these hearts. This is such a beautiful place to be. Like, I really, some days, like, I have long days. We have long days sometimes.
Very
And
long days.
and then when we come on this channel, it feels so loving, so beautiful.
Hmm.
It kind of takes all the stress away.
Yes.
So we welcome you to experience that on
Hmm.
our channel. Feel free to ask questions. Even if we don't respond, there's someone in the chat who will respond, because sometimes we get really super busy. We
Yeah.
don't get to respond right away. But
Hmm.
somebody in the group is gonna respond.
Yep.
And this is what we're talking about. Your circle.
Yeah.
Keep your circle with the people that's on your vibration,
Or where you want to be.
or where you want to be, or where you
Yeah.
feel
What's
loved.
up, Trilla?
What's up, Trilla? Girl, where you been?
I
Where
thought I
you
saw her on there
been?
early. Oh
My
man.
sweetheart, Trilla.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, and one last thing before we leave out. For those of you all who are aware or not aware, yes, there is a Twin Flame
Oh,
retreat
the
that is going on.
retreat.
Yes,
Yes.
it's going on in November.
Come, guys, come, come,
It's going
come.
to be down in Sarasota, Florida. If you have a twin, that's awesome. But if you don't have a twin, you can also come as well. It's not just
Right.
for couples that are in union.
Right.
These are for people who are not in union as well.
Right. We just wanted, I guess, we wanted to have a couple
Hmm.
in union to speak. So that's the first time when we talked about it, we were looking for a couple in union so they can actually talk about their experience.
Hmm.
Was looking for that particular thing, but we have that. So it's open for anyone. 10
Wow.
10 10 10.
Is it 10-10 for real?
10 10. Yes,
Oh
it
wow.
is. They're
Yeah,
East Coast, probably
yeah,
East
they're on
Coast.
East Coast.
But yeah, so if you guys want to come, it's only $25, and it's
Hmm.
all the way
Yeah.
November. So it's gonna be 11/11.
Yep.
We're gonna be in Sarasota Beach, where there's a vortex, guys. It's a vortex, and so they're gonna be playing drums, and it's usually very very beautiful. When you're listening to the drums, like if you put it in on YouTube and you listen to the drums on the beach, it is so soothing.
Hmm.
So for us to actually be there
During that moment.
in that moment with those drums on 11/11,
Yes.
I mean, what more could we ask for? We would
Yes.
love to have you guys
So
come.
so after this live, we will post the link. I'll put the link in the description, and I also will post the link in the comments. So if you all want to book your time with us, it's going to be
Yes.
3 days
Mm-hmm.
down in Sarasota, Florida, from let me count, from
The
the
eighth,
7th,
is it
excuse me, the
seven?
8th,
The eighth to
8, 9,
eight,
10,
nine,
yeah,
10. 8th to the 11th.
from
We gonna post the
yeah,
dates
it's going to be November the 8th through the
to
11th,
the
which is
11th.
11/11.
11/11,
If
guys. At
you know,
11 o'clock, we are gonna be there.
yep,
As you
and
know, you guys know what happened to me last year, eleven
oh
eleven.
yeah, and that's the other thing, because on 11/11 we will be holding a ceremony
Mm-hmm.
with the drums and everything, just
Yep.
really getting into that vibe,
Yes.
really getting in tune, and just imagine just having. I know y'all feel the energy when we get on here
Right.
and we get on the live and other people on here with their positive energy. Imagine having everybody, like, you can touch them, you can
Right,
grab
in
them.
the moment, and then we have Shay and Jay, which is our other twin flame couple.
Yes.
Those guys are amazing. Like, talk about being around people that speak
Mhm.
life into you. Listen, they literally speak life
Mhm.
into us, and we
Yes.
speak life into them. So it is it's beautiful, just
Yes.
beautiful. And if you guys can come, we would love to have you there to
Yes.
share that experience.
Yeah. And so yeah, there's a whole itinerary that's put together. We're actually going to put together the flyers that's going to show the itinerary.
Yep.
But in a nutshell, it's going to be a panel of people that are in twin flame union, some people that are not in twin flame union, but
Yeah.
they know that they have a twin.
Right.
And we're giving our experience. We're telling you all our pitfalls, our
Mhm.
success, some of the things to look for when you're dealing with
Right.
your twin and stuff like that. So it's going to be a really intimate thing, because it's only
Right.
going to be probably about 50 people.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
50. We want to do 50. Next year we'll shoot for more.
Hmm.
But this year we're just gonna do 50 because it's the first one that we're having.
Right, right.
Hmm.
So yeah, want to make sure y'all knew about that. So we appreciate y'all. Y'all 13 that held on to the end.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
We
much
love
love,
y'all, because that's
Marshawn.
47 minutes.
And for who made the donation? Because you know I can't even.
Oh, that went away.
So whoever made the donation, we thank you so much.
Yes,
There you
that
go. What's
was
her name?
Francis. Oh, she made a
Francis.
donation before. We
She
appreciate
did,
you.
and she did
Yeah,
888, didn't she?
888. That's
We saw
that's
that
even
today too.
better.
When we pull up, somebody's license plate was 888, so we got
Yep,
to pay
yep,
attention to that.
yep.
But
Appreciate that.
thank you so much for the donation. You are amazing.
Yes.
Everybody on this channel is amazing, and we love you so much from the
Hmm.
bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you. But we gotta go and
Get some rest,
get
because we
some
got to
rest.
get up early, because somebody got to go to practice in the
Oh,
morning.
football practice here.
Oh boy, we love
We
y'all.
love you guys so much.
Peace.
Peace out.
That's the way you do
That's
peace.
that's how you do it.
It's not this.
No
It's this.
separation. Oneness.
All one.
Oneness.